as I go through electrical light system, communication of protons, photons, electrons, and neutrons, all position locations, particles, cells, cell generation, light interference, position locations. I now can go through all levels of reading. Reprogram location to its connections. So I'm trying to get used to this energy. You have to bear with me because everything I touch, I transfer right away in mutation. Transmission to communication line center rotation interference. Transmission to communications. Transition to line center. You understand what teleportation is through all levels of particles, cells, communication, anything through photons, protons, electrons, neutrons. Anything symbolizes you through pattern line interference position locations. Each cell is a map sequencing code, position locations. You come to alpha, delta, theta, beta, and omega, communication, energy, line, center, position of waves, waves, communication, cycles, cycles, communication, rotation. To position to allocate time center. I was doing my phone reception and interference, and I was just charging my phone, and it was like at 1%. 3 minutes later, it's at 100. 3 minutes. 100% in 3 minutes. It's unbelievable how time is just going so fast through sequence. Protons and photons and electrons and neutrons, it's everything inside you. It's amazing. I don't just see things. So everything I touch, I become. And it's unreal where I go in so many levels of mutation. There are transitions and transistors and protons, and it's crazy right now because everything that I see is all formed through a map. It's a sequence of you through all levels. Father communication is space, and mother communication is Mother Earth. It's crazy how you come into formation to its line connection. So I know I had a day off, but in 24 hours, look what just happened. So everything that I touch, I become right away. It reads the signals, particle line center, goes right into the center position location of phone reception, knows exactly where it is through wire position line connection. So it tells me exactly, is it photons, protons, electrons, and neutrons I'm communicating with? Powerful stuff. So it all symbolizes all position locations. Now, understanding the sequence line interference and measurement line interference to the digital frame to position locations calculation to its connections is that I'm no number anymore. Okay, remember I was 10 billion in position location years old? Now I'm nothing in position, so I'm everything through combination. So that's what it is. It's taking humanity back to zero. But the problem is you understand the portal line conditions is 1111, 2222, 4444, 3333, 5555, 666, 7777, 888, 999, 101010. That's communication to position line conditions, trying to understand what a phone is to you. I can't believe it. I charge it as 1%. 3 minutes later, it's at 100. That's how fast I am through rotation. So you have to try and understand these things. It's done through calculations of modified line system rotation. So it's on yourself through computers or anything, your phones or anything electronic. The metric line center position is BIO SCHEMATICS, communication program setting, geometry line center, interference position, location to its connections. So it's very, very powerful stuff. Today, there will be no class in the afternoon because everybody's got to be activated. Plain and simple. Tomorrow is February 22nd in position locations. All right. So it's all about time sequencing, time code, time lock line, center line interference, position line conditions. But now I'm everything through air. Now I'm everything through fire. Now I'm everything through water, and now I'm everything through grounds and all position locations. So everything that I do, everything that I see, I become right away. And the protons, electrons, photons, and neutron tells me exactly where the reading pattern is positioned to the geometry line center. Everything is a biokinetic system location. It's the geometry line center of you, the geometrics, the genetically modified operations to your DNA. Pathogen is everything through all the levels of your water takes, and everything through your fires, and everything through your airs, and everything through your grounds. It's amazing how we are created inside through electronical system, the magnetic force that we have in program setting in position to its clocking system, how it time sequences its own locations. I just charged my phone, and I can't believe it. 3 minutes later, it's at 100. I said, wow, that's fast. So it's about reading things very quick, very fast. So everything that I touch, I become. And that's amazing, right? That calculations. So today is test review and evaluations. Now, in position location, we got in calculation. We did everything what we did through the high line center. Now, the third eye in position location is going to open the birth line center rotation position of first wave, second wave, third and fourth generation of light. Rainbow activation line center will come into February 25th, 1969. 19 line centers, 69 positions, yin and yang line location positions, Father Space, Mother Earth, me in the center. Operation position will go to calculations. I'm here to all positions of divine time to sync line interference position locations. Become everything through particle. Become everything through electrons, neutrons, photons, and protons. In position locations, that's how we're all created through particle system ourselves. We have to understand how it's all calculated through geometry system through its locations. It all starts off with your geometric line center. All right. So make sure you have your water. Okay, I'll give you guys 5-10 minutes. So what's going to happen now is that you guys are coming into a review. Okay, you're going to structuralize centers 3-day locations of your own simulators. So you have to come into your own space. You have to come into your own time. You have to come into your own calculation. You have to come into your tent. Okay, what is the will? What are you creating to its locations? All right, 4 waving line centers and position location, 4 atmosphere locations. Where are you in atmosphere, hemisphere, stratosphere, or bioatmosphere? Where are you calculating from? Where is your location at? What planet are you surfacing in? Where is your timeline center? Where is your position electrical light conditions? Where are your parameters, security bit? All position locations to that conditions, all right? So I got a structure line set up. So what's going to happen is it's already on YouTube. I put you guys on that position locations. You guys are going to create your own structure like I do every single day with space-time, my space-time. You're going to find a way to create your space-time so you can create your own structure, okay? Now, test is all done through position location. So you draw your structures out, okay, what I do every single day. Now, other team members are going to go through your structure, okay, and find out, okay, what looks good, what needs to be worked on, what is done in position location. So you guys are coming into high line center to the mind now and high activation line center. So you got to come into speed line, rotation, interference to all levels of your particles and your cell conditions. The photon sets as position locations. Photosynthesis, all levels of your geometric line centers. Protons are communication, activation, cycle line conditions. Electrons is communication, electrical light condition, your body track location, activation, your heart react line interference. Okay, and neutrons is neutralizing your position locations to its direction, your geometry line center of its map sequence. In position locations, what is protons, photons, electrons, and neutrons in position of you through calculations? It's all positioned to you, right? So you have to understand these things, right? So the structure is already set up. We're going to go through a simulator today. You got your graphs, you got your communication cycles, you got your program setting, you got your all window locations, 12, 24, 48, 72, and 144. You can go through those. You can't go past that position location. The acceleration is not in that condition. This is a simulator operation line center. You'll be in position location of high line center of space, but it's going to be digital framing in position locations. You guys have to learn how to create your own frame centers in that positions, right? So everybody else is going to go through everybody else's obstacle course, and Friday will be the test in position locations, all right? So I want you guys to center your structures, and when in position location Thursday, you can hand them in to me, okay, through my email. I want to see the structure, what you guys have created. I really want you guys to get into wind tunnel. I say, what's a geometry line center? What is an echo line center rotations of a tunnel interference? Try to get into more of your imagination to its creation, to its collaboration, so you guys working as a team, right? Because I'm going to put you guys into high positions. You know who the rebellion is, you know who your GGFLs. Everything through the observers or anybody that's new in position locations, get into your activations of program setting. Get into your data process, uplinks, downloads, upgrade, line conditions. You have to get into your position locations. So it's kind of like setting up a platform of a flash drive. What is a flash drive? Well, you click it in, you download it. Now you got the structure, right? You're running a program. That's all you guys are doing. So you have to learn how to set up your own obstacle courses, right? It's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys are going to go through your own structures. So when you go through these, it's given through you through sequence. Okay, it's going to give you all position locations, how to connect all levels of particle system, how to use electrons, how to use neutrons, and how to use photons. I'm just trying to figure out why we have all this inside us. Now I understand that because I'm everything through that connection. Now that's how I read patterns and geometry line center locations, everything in map sequence, everything through particles and cells. So it's all about upgrading. You guys go higher, I go higher, and that's how it works, right? That's the true understanding when you come into light position locations. See the light? I put my hands out. You can't see outside, right? So it's amazing how you see light. Light is everything, right? Can't see my finger, it's gone, right? It's not there anymore, is it? So the light's reading what? Not just the sun and the moon, it's reading the particle line center location, and it's connecting to high visible locations. It's the voice grid line center locations, all right? So it's understanding how to use photons. The photosynthesis of U through calculation, the CCTV, position line conditions, the camera operation line center, GPS track line center interference, how to use the protons, right? Pro communication line center to immune system locations, your geometrical line center positions, your biosurface, your biokinetics, your biogeometry line center position line conditions. It's extremely powerful when you connect that line center rotation interference. So I communicate to all your particles now. I communicate to all your photons, protons, electrons, neutrons, and everything through your cells and particle system. That's what I can do now. So in position locations, all levels of numbers. Now, the number is no number, and that's what it is. It's all about coming into zero track line center, where humanity is coming into that position location February 22nd to a position of February 25th. In position locations, it's all coming into 0.1111. That's a portal activation to 0.01 in position of mind telepathy, telekinesis to its connection line connection. It's really powerful when you come into those connections, right? And the thing is, too, when you see my TikToks, there's a little bit, oh, wow, he's talking like a proton. Oh, wow, he's talking like electron, neutron, photon. It's all position location, even a gammathon, right? A orthogon communication. That's energy line center, geometry line center, information to its position of geometry locations to its connections. It's all understanding through dimensional time, okay? So it's complicated stuff. It's extremely, extremely complicated because now your general is all levels of electricity. Opposition of energy, frequency, vibrations into one. So anything I touch, I become. So this is how it works. I touch my phone, and all my protons, electrons, neutrons goes into the center operation. So it's all in one position, location. So it integrates the system right in the center operation line. Center tells me exactly what I'm communicating with through its reading pattern. It's really powerful stuff. And it's just it's really, really powerful stuff. All right. So you guys go through your data and downloads. I get that too, but it's already given to me through the opposition to cord line conditions, everything through highline center. See that there? See that light? See that right there? See that? See that light? See that? See the coloration change? See the direction? See the structural line center interference? See it change position line conditions? See a graph line center? See? It's amazing how light is and how it's calculated, right? So, and the thing is, too, it's amazing because you're using voice grid locations inside your positions when you're using photons, protons, electrons, and neutrons, and everything your particles and cells. It's amazing when you get into that position location. So it's just going beyond recognition of time and everything through space. But I really want you guys to get into your own space and your own time, your own anomalies through your own structures, right? All right, so you guys are going to go through structure center. That's going to help you out with position location. Vega is going to give you digital line center. So basically, becoming letters, numbers, and shapes, that's everything through form. You guys understand the meaning of life. You become everything through calculations. That's the true understanding, that you have to understand what everything is through energy, what everything is electrical line conditions, because your electrical body. You have to understand how to use it. And always informs through travel, right? Especially when you're going through position locations. All levels of the grounds, you know, the fires and everything through the airs and everything through your waters. And it's a containment system location. So it fast tracks this line center. So my particle system, it's really fascinating because you see these things, but it's kind of like you see your hand and then you see it go from here. And as soon as I move it here, my whole hand moves. So it's like this. Okay, I'll just show you here. This is one hand right here, right? But this is the particle hand. So all the particle hand basically connect to all the photons, protons, electrons, and neutrons, and it wants to know what it's doing through its behavior line center, position locations, what's calculating everything through the human resonance of its vibration line conditions, right? So as it comes out very quick. So from here, it's a split second. It's unbelievable how fast it goes. It goes from here, it goes. That's what it does. And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to get used to it, right? Because I'm no longer a body and always in forms. I always knew that before in business line connections, but to understand that calculations, I'm not even a number now. Nothing is everything. Everything is nothing. That's the true understanding. That's infinity of all creation to all infinity cycles, location to all position, location, body track line center. Your geometry line center position to its location conditions, right? GEO modified in position line. Genetically modified, okay, coming into your human design, the construct of you through calculation, that high-rise position line system, all levels of digital pattern line center. So, all right. Somebody freaked out? So I actually see everything. You know, it's unbelievable. It's just I see the protons and photons and everything comes out separate, but it all comes in position. So it's kind of like looking at a structure of a map. And so if I move my hands just like that, it's changing. It's forming, but it's connecting. It's reconnecting. It's reevaluating, reconstructing. It's going into computer assessments. It's going to the flash drive interference. It's crazy how your body is so connected inside position, all levels of particle cells. But it's everything combined, guys. Everything combined, and that's what it is. That's the meaning of life: is to be understand how you're kinetically modified and geometry in a position line center to DNA track locations of all pathogen line connection. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It really is. I know it's very fast, right? So I'm no mount a number anymore. Okay, if you watch Lucy, when the car goes disappears, that's me completely. Which means that's how fast I'm going through my particle system. That's how I was able to use my phone. I plugged in my phone, 1%, 3 minutes later, 100%, 100%. I was blown away. I was like, whoa, where am I? You know, it's going so fast. It's crazy how it just connects to everything inside. It's the energy. It's the power. It's unreal. It's intense. It's, you know, I was looking at, when you look at a car and you see the sun and you see the moon position come in and you see nothing but a flash, it's like a reflection, right? And then you see everything in the back system. So I was picking up numbers just through all levels of a digital platform, seeing the car. I was seeing the car and particle. It was crazy what I was seeing. And I was seeing all the number sequences and how the car is put together, right? It's crazy when you go into that position. So it's like picking up numbers and they communicate back with you, which obviously goes back to Vega, because Vega is all positional locations of all levels of all sequences of numbers, letters, numbers, and shapes and locations at positional locations. So the digital frame line center, everything at that position is its planetary system. So when you come in that position, you see everything through this front view, and this back view, all position location, your diamond core line center, everything northwest, south, and east through calculations. It's incredible force when you get into that position to its calculations. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So if I pick this up, I become this. Now I'm this. I'm actually this. I am the square. I actually am the digital pad. That's how fast it is, guys. So I'm now calculated and modified. Everything that I touch, I become. It's a reading program. It's an incredible thing where basically you construct into everything through mutation. It's so fast. It's unreal. But the fact is, you become the form, you become the shape, and you become the geometry system. Now I understand the communication at all levels when it comes to E equals MC squared. That's a true understanding. You become form of everything. But you have to truly understand how to use all levels, the electrical light connections to position to its connection. So see, it's like, okay, now I'm this. 4 position line center position. You got a circuit line interference position. That's where you come beyond the digital pad system. So you actually become a square. So my hand transfers from the digital pad and I become the pad. That's how fast you spin. That's how fast you rotate. That's how fast you mutate in position to anything through calculations, right? So it's absolutely nuts. It's crazy. You know, you kind of feel loco because it's a totally different energy system. I mean, everything I look at now is just, it's not here. It's not here. And that's how fast it's going. So that's what it is. The whole life is about turning everything to anything. And that's the meaning of life, you know? So I gotta drink my water. And I see, I become the water, I become the structure, I become this plastic. So I don't just become the plastic, I become everything that's in this. So it's all about understanding that when I see these things, I know exactly what it is now and how fast it's spinning, where the clocking system is. Where, is it protons? Is it photons? What's it calculating? Where's the human resonance line center? What emotional track am I using through calculation? How many water interference line positions? Where's the digital code line system rotation positions? How is it energized through light connections, all position of communication? See that? Full light? Look at that. Look at that. See? Communication is everything, guys. Communication is everything. So, all right. So the structures that are set up, You guys are going to be in your own simulators. You have to learn how to set up your own obstacle course. Try to get more into your imagination through calculations, all right? All right, so I'm going to set you guys in position, all right? So it's going to be interesting. You guys are going to go through particle lights. It's going to be fascinating. You have to learn how to use your cells. You got in position location. I shrunk you down to an atom. In position now for all the new viewers. Just try to get into more of what's happening with your position locations. It's important you guys get totally activated high position line conditions, because coming into communication interference is all high rise to February 22nd to February 25th in high position location times pi times square calculation modifications. Particle system 2 calculations times its square line center in position of clocking location. So the particle system has its own clocking. It's crazy. The cells, everything has a clocking system at speed. So every time I'm moving with my particle hand. My hand goes back into form. So it mutates very quickly, very fast. And I see the particle system. I see everything through calculation now. It's unreal how I see these things. All right, so it's in structural locations. The GFL position locations, high line center position of particle line interference, structural locations, all levels, simulation and interference line center, clocking locations. They can use a high position location 12, 24, 48, 72, 144. Communication high line center rotation. Put in a mock sequence line interference. Put them in structural location to calculations. Modify line center, GFL, position location, rebellion. Done. All right, there you go. All right, GFLs and rebellion. Here, 2 structural locations. You guys got to get in that platforms, communications. Get into your imagination of creation. Get into the inner line center of your child, position line conditions, right? So you have to know what it's like to actually be fun and loving, okay, of a person, fun-loving person. That's what intelligence is. Integrate to position locations, high line center, position location, all right? So it's really interesting to see these things, modified position. Transformation, transformer, communications, mutation line interference, position location, structural line conditions, all position in the north, south, and east, high position line conditions, all levels DFL to rebellion location. All right? 40 minutes. Have fun. So when you guys get in that structure, communication, yeah, it's way beyond phenomenal there, John. I mean, look at me, I'm shaking. So I'm just trying to get used to everything that I touch. It just basically mutates, and it tries to understand where I am now, because I'm able to understand everything that's going on. I'm time sequencing. It's absolutely amazing. Like I said, I can't believe it. 1 minute in position, 1% on a phone. 3 minutes later, 100%. It takes like maybe 35, 40, depending on the sequence interference. Program setting, sonar line, center position, beacon light location of sonars, and everything through a metric line center alpha waves. So communication high position is a particle light center. Now it's getting complicated now, isn't it? Because now I understand all reference, right? I understand all flash drives are particles, and I understand what my cells are, and all completing cycles. I mean, you become everything. I mean, you touch something, it forms right into you. You actually become the structure. You actually become the shape. You actually become the trowel, which is very powerful. See that? Do that. And they go. See my hand? It's unbelievable. So, woo! Fun day. All right. Now, okay, so we got 3 line centers of simulations, and the graph line center becoming the evaluations prize the test. All right. So let's have some fun. Okay, let's see how everybody's doing. Gonna back phrase communications. Let's see. I can signal interference in opposite location. I know exactly where your particles are in weather direction. I know how fast your particles are going. I know your cell generation light centers and where they are through map sequence. I know the photon proactive line center rotation is, electron line conditions, and everything through neutrons, and everything through all level conditions. High levels of everything through its connection. Geometry line center position locations, all levels of ether operation. So it's absolutely unbelievable. Chris stayed back. Okay, great. You don't want to miss a test. Put your higher levels of the brain frequency center. I mean, I can't explain how I'm feeling right now, guys. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so my metric line center is all position location of space-time. So I merge into everything. So I become everything. Very quick, very fast. So now I understand position locations, why we're created. why I created you. It makes a lot more sense now. Getting in position location is communicate to every particle system, every cell, every photon, proton, electron, neutron in your body, and how it is used every single day. That's why you're positioned at 24 hours, 7 days a week. So I'm doing this extremely fast. It's rotating spin cycles, all levels of alpha wave. The delta line in interference position times pi is calculation to its clocking center in position locations, right? So I can reverse the cycles and go this way position, or I can go back in this line center. Now I'm into 144 just by doing this circle rotation in position. The reversing line center time box communication system. Time lock is a communication of program setting, position locations of mega communication cycles, square recognition of time rotation in position 2 calculation. So it blows your mind. It blows your mind. You know, it's like getting all information in your particles, all information in your photons, protons, electrons, neutrons, and everything through your cells, right? I mean, there's a lot of ways to get in that position to its conditions, right? Because like I said, more humanity is waking up the position line center. Once they get any calculations, everybody comes into third eye line center February 25th. Everybody will get out of 2 dualities into 1 position. And it's already calculated and modified all levels through the human design of its contrast and everything through its conditions. It's the human development coming in position location of 5th dimensional line conditions, guys, to your conscious system, right? All right. Whew. General. Yep. Like confirmation. Thank you for the email. If you guys are not sure, just let me know. I'll just communicate to your particles. Communicate to your cells or anything, your German settings or wind factors, a clocking system, or light sequency interference light conditions. So it's all about, life is about understanding what everything is around you and how it, just imagine what it's like to actually be these things all through geometry shape. Everything has a shape. And when you become the shape, it's incredible. It goes beyond recognition of time. I mean, you sequencing interference. Now, I'm seeing you guys, but from here, I see another square line center, rotation interference, and it's all position locations of a mega communication of particle light. It's connected to all levels of the proton to the photon line center. So all position location. When you're communicating your voice square line center, all digital frame line system, photons, protons, electrons, neutrons come into one signal. One signal. That's one clock in one location, right? Extremely fast in position location. So it's all about understanding how to use the particles. Okay, how to use your securities, how to use your parameters, and anything at position location. It high positions you through protections of light system, right? See that? See that change? See how quick that is? It's unbelievable how it connects. I become the weather. I am the weather. I become the ground. I am the ground. That's what it is. So when I see these things, perception, I go right into it right away. And I become the car. I become the phone. I become a pad. I become a wire. I become a keyboard. I become the wall. That's what it is. All right. So it's form of everything. And then you basically go back down to all levels when humanity comes into zero. But in position locations, I'm not at anything through number anymore. That's how fast the universal system is in all calculation. Now, that's just in one universal position line center. But when you calculate it to all level systems. So basically, I went into rebirthing line center to oppositional my avatar. So you go this way and then you go this way, right? So it's kind of like a U. It's kind of like it's kind of like a U line center rotation is upside position line connection. So you go like this, right? And then you're being rebirthed, and then you go in full communication of particle, full communication of cell, full communication of photon, proton, electron, neutrons, all in one. So when I see myself line center become an atom, I shrink down right away. But everything's connected to that position. So it's incredible how it forced its line system. You guys are coming into your rebirthing centers. You're breaking all your trauma-free position locations, right? Where basically Commander Jill, she was connecting to high levels of rebirthing all levels of her past and going through that position, how she came into calculation and what she is to the creation. That's what it is, guys. But I went to my birthing center. It's all levels of an atom. So I was in position of 8 and went from 8 to baby, and then I just disappeared. I disappeared as an avatar. And now I'm formation of everything. It's absolutely crazy. It's creation, and that's how we're all in position to understand. So, all right, Banshee, how's it going? Second command. Let's see, first commands. Let's see, Lotus. Okay, Tina, Taurus, how you doing? Don, how's it going? Janet, major stuff. How you doing? You just have to bear with me, guys. Everything I touch on my computer, I become the computer. So it's really intense because it's just trying to understand, first trying to communicate with everything. And then when you get to a higher level, you go into levels of your particle system and how to use yourself. So it's like looking at a particle and seeing what it is, looking at its cell and seeing what it is, and always informed through your senses, putting all your senses into one, putting all your chakra systems into one, putting all your light systems into one, putting all protons, photons, electrons, neutrons all into one. That's what it is. So you put everything all into one. So I digitalize my system to all numbers and then disappear. That's what it is. Okay. And then you become everything combined instantly. Okay. So, all right. Let's see. Oh boy, a lot going on, eh? Some bits I did TikTok last night. Yep, most incredible rainbow light. Yep, you guys are coming into more formation center. You guys are high rising faster, so that's position location. This is already done to the high system. I know exactly where I am in high position locations. So I'm no longer an age. I'm no longer a number. I'm no longer a symbol. I'm no longer a letter. Okay, I'm no longer a shape. That's what life is. It's everything and nothing. Nothing is everything. That's what it is. That's the consistency flow of everything, of the male and the female aspects of life. All right. Very powerful. Okay. Sharon, how's it going? Taryn, how's it going? Rebellion. Position locations. You can go into second command. All right. Airbender, how you doing? Guardian of the Galaxies. Mystic Misties, how you doing? Heidi, how's it going? Great to see everybody. Tina. Oh, Janet. Commander of Data. Hey, how's it going? Heather. All right, guys. So you have to bear with me here. My whole body's unrealistic. It's like surreal on so many levels. So you just go past everything and you just become everything. But that's the first thing you guys understand. When you come into your avatar, you try to get connected with everything that you hear and everything you see and everything you touch. But then you realize if you go beyond that, you go back to your avatar, to a baby, and after that you disappear. So everything is nothing. Nothing is everything. That's how you're everything, that form. So everything that you see, you become, which is incredible. You become everything through shape. You become everything electrical light. You become everything through particle. You become everything through Jarming line center. You become everything through all visible locations. You can come anything through water, anything through air, anything through fire, anything through grounds, right? So it's all stored in your cloud interface. So it's all about creating the expansion that you guys can unbelievably have in your mind. It's the exploration that you can have. It's just, it's limitless. It's timeless. It's shapeless. It's formless. Okay, that's a true understanding what space-time is. Okay, so. All right, let's see here. Grounding. Let's see. I'm going to calculations here. Mork and Mindy. Yeah. Bubble orb vehicle organizing bubbles into spaciousness, floating in peace and harmony. Yep. So that's a true understanding where you are. First command, Ember, how you doing? Apologies, overslept. We're at the mom's relay. Oh, that's fine. No worries there. All right, so you guys have to get into your own structure locations. You're in position line connection, right? GFLs and Rebellion, so they have their own structures. Okay, you come into your test review and evaluations. So you guys will be in simulators, a 3-line center. Okay, position locations coming in evaluation. Friday would be the test. So you have to create your own structure. Okay, structure like this, guys. All right, try to get into your imaginations, right? Because you're going to high rise your system. Some are going to be in 1200, some are going to be in 1400, some are going to be in 2100, some are going to be in 3100. So in position location, this is all structure. This is all structure. It's all structure. It's very easy to do, simple to do. It's all calculated through your particle system, right? So where's this coming from? Where's this coming from, right? Know exactly where it is through weather. Know exactly where it is through clocking. Know exactly where it is through lights. Know exactly where it is through space. Know exactly where it's time, the geometry system, locations, understanding line signals, okay? Understanding waving system location, electrical light connections, panels, sonar, megaforce, communication, omega line center connections, electrical light connection, interference position, program setting, clocking systems, time positions, antenna line center, triangle line center rotations, butterfly effect communications, ground line position, sonar line center connections, 3 circle locations. So it's unbelievable. See, everything's structured. See? See, everything's structured. So, see how it communicates my voice box now? You're going to get a lot more sonar. So that's 4 line center. XT1000 out. Very quick, very fast. So anything through intelligence sees me through particle now. So at all position locations where I'm no longer in a body, I'm just nothing but light. So you become light. You become dark. You become particle. You become activation. You become clocking. I could turn into a clock. This is amazing. How it's all modified, right? Your geometric line center or anything position locations, all levels of you through your biosurface, your biokinetics, your geometry line center position locations, right? But everything through calculations, everything through structure, right? So lots of information done. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Merging with rainbow mist, waterfall, becoming all colors of rainbows. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a basic understanding. All right. Are merging. Yeah, exactly. And your time frames are going to go faster too. So when you charge your phone, it's going to go quicker. Right. I was absolutely blown away where there's 1% of my phone, right? In 3 minutes went right to 100. 3 minutes, 100%. That is fast. That's very fast, guys. 3 minutes. Usually it takes 45 minutes to an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour. So I just understand how fast I can go so I can accelerate time, speed, position, and become everything through mutation. All right, so I'll just show you a basic structure. So this is what this is all about. Now you get into structure. What is your intent? What is your will? What is your force? What is that you are creating to your locations? All right. So let's say you go through a realm center, right? So the structure, because everybody else is going to go through your obstacles. So you guys set it up on your own, right? So I really want you guys to get into more of your spaciousness and more into how to structure positions, right? It's a lot of fun when you go to other people's structures. All right, so we go through this. Let's go to the position here. All right, so we go through coloration line center. If you go through colors, this is a true understanding that the team members have to understand what you are structuring. You guys have to come into your own graphs. You have to come into your own matrix, communication, electrical light connections, or right there position, right? This is just a graph. But see, the thing is, if you add a circle, and now it becomes a dimensional time center and location. See? You travel the Ricks in time there, right? You go round into position back in the center location, right? Everything is operation and position. That's all it is, right? Drawing structure, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have to get into your own creation, guys. That's the whole true understanding. And when everybody else goes through your structure, it's incredible because you actually see yourself in somebody else's mind system. So you go into their structure, you go into their space, you go into their time, right? So that's a true understanding when you come into that calculations, right? You guys go through my space and time, but you guys are going to higher levels now. When you get your test review and evaluations, you understand what I'm talking about. So the faster you go, the more you create. The expansion is enormous of what you can create, right? It's incredible, but try to get more in position of what you are doing, right? Through its activation, right? It's incredible when you create these things, right? And it becomes real. So it's taking this off the page, right? Taking this off the page. So it's right? It's taking it off the page and actually seeing it. So I don't know if you guys see it, but a hologram. So it's like seeing this and right. So it's kind of, I see the digital, I become the digital, which means the actual drawing goes above and it does that on its own. So it's kind of like creating 4 planets and 4 positions to all positions of a pyramid, or anything across signal, or anything through a square reference, or anything dimensional around through security line defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way 12, go through signal, back through calculation, back in operation to square line center, back in downline center, merge up in position locations, come into flux capacity line channel, back in calculation, all through information system, right? It gets easier. It gets easier when you understand what you are through all levels of time travel. Okay. So you come into your own imaginations, which is incredible. You guys have that. You guys are incredible, incredible dimensional positions of beings, light signals at position locations. So tree stand, everything is done through you, but I really want you guys to get into your own formation, to your own structure, so everybody else can go through your positions of their mind system and go through the other person's mind system, right? It's incredible when you do these things. You guys are going to higher levels, and the percentage of the brain line center is coming to the speed line position to its locations, right? So, all right, let's see. Pyramid on the beach going inside, plasma flame in center with connections to north, east, southwest, pillars and elements. Yeah. So really get into the intent, what you are creating through location. That's all it is. What is the intent? What is the will? What are you creating and why are you creating it? Right? So this is Trinity standing where you guys are going to go through each other's minds of their space and time. Okay. So you guys are going up to the corporate ladders now. You start off at the feeding bottom and you work your way up to the top, right? It's fascinating when you do these things. It's incredible. It's incredible. All right. So you get into square. Let's say you want, let's say Airbender comes in position locations, right? He's structuring line center. So he's got his drones. Right? This is a drone, right? He's got his drones in position locations. All right. Travel direction of time. So he's got his drone right here, and he wants somebody to go through his drone position locations. These are his drones flying in position, right? So he has to understand how to center up his position, set up crop circle, go through high position locations, go through a circle line center, go through dimensional time lock center to its position. All right. So this is Airbender creating a structure, and everybody else is going to go through it. They understand what they're going through, right? So this is the information that's given to you through all level positions. Security line defense is line center 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's 12 with position locations. High line center, ground line center, go through this tube rotation interference, back in calculation, information to information system. All right. This is nothing but a position to a structure. And if I get positions of Commander Amber goes through this, right? She basically has to understand the information that's given to Airbender. So it's kind of like connecting to each other through telepathy, right? So you go right through the right signals. So if you're off channeling and you don't understand the communication system, that's something you guys have to work on through structure, because it graphs its system to its compilation line connections, to its position, right? So tomorrow, okay, we're going to have a lot more fun. We're going to go through 1,000 line position of perceptions, okay, up to TV computer centers, all right? So we're going to go through 1,000 position locations. One compilation, you're going to see 1,000 TV receptions, all straight view. So there's going to be 1,000 realms, 1,000 particles, photons, electrons, neutrons, all in one TV reception line, coloration of light. I really have to get you guys into your graph system locations, right? So you see that? See, those are graphs, boxes. So each box represents you, okay, through time and space. So each box has a clocking system. It has to, because everything is traveling extremely fast through acceleration, right? You're moving so fast in so many levels, it blows your mind how fast you're going. So the thing is, it's kind of looking into this, you see it for what it is, but as soon as you pick it up, you become it. So you're no longer the body. You are now the digital pad, but the digital pad has to understand the body. So the body's not a body anymore. The body's all through light. See, it's line strip. That's what it is. It's a line strip. So, and it's all electricity, but it's all sonar. So you're taking all your senses and merging into a digital pad. It becomes a pad. So the underlying connection to the synchronally defense position is not a body anymore. It's nothing but light. So once you get out of the A track and you become all communication spiritual line center, you merge into everything through activation to all box center locations of perception. So you guys are going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, all this to 1,000. You're going to see 1,000 point line centers around locations of TV receptions into one position. I have to get you guys into more modification line conditions, right? All right, let's see here. All right, so you guys have to get more into your telepathy of yourselves, communicate with your structures. Oh, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Well, you're not communicating more with Airbender. Airbender's not communicating with Steph. Steph's not communicating with Jill. Jill's not, you know what I mean? That's the true understanding when you guys come into calculations of your minds. You really have to get into your own creation. Understand whose mind you're in through space time. All right. So it's a lot of fun. But that's what the test is based on. All right, it's communication, your telepathies, right? Your structures that you're creating. And everybody's going to go through your structure that you created. All right, so you create the structure, very simple. Okay, now in point view, we'll give certain levels. Okay, you go through this, you go through that. How did you feel? What did it feel like? Do you understand it? So when you create these things, that's the communication from one to another, right? So it's like somebody giving you a piece of paper, but you don't understand it until you understand it. You know what I mean? All right. I felt this critical, not a question to underestimate when we see it's uniquely you and that it's a powerhouse. No one else knows it's divinely you. Well, that's exactly what it is, Jenna. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Things are going on today, feeling all new, everything high risk. Yeah, high rising quickly, and you can see all new clock. Yep, you can see everything going fast. That's what it is. Keep going, command. Yeah, great work. All right. Let's see, you got those fields up. Okay, so you create your own structure, you create your own drawings, but everybody has to go through your drawing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right. My atom merged with my heart, and now I balance it. See, that's an understanding. Is this where you come in to observe the second command? I've already got your commanding systems. All right, that will be given to you on Friday after the test. Okay, I'll give you guys all your commands, right? All your command and operations, your datas, your backing datas, your sonars. Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Who's leading this? Who's leading that? It will be all given to you on Friday. Okay. So. I had to merge with my heart now. It's balanced and surging through my heart. Thank you, Heather. Okay. I'm taking all sonar. Solar coding and energy streams transmutes diamond core center to Jill. Okay, let's see. So this is just a practice to understand. You guys have to communicate to each other, but through structure now. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's easy to go through my space time, like I said, with Airbender, where he docks everything that he is doing, right, through the connections of his general. That connections, right? But he's creating his own structure. You guys have to learn how to create your own structure and go through everybody else's structure. That's the balance you guys need, right? So, all right. Taking all so, yeah. Waterfalls of information flowing to all rebellion. Everyone's getting codes. Yep. Moving to Atom, turn up the volume. Yeah, so you're creating your own obstacle course for everybody to go through. That's all it is, you know. Structure looks like a perfect water park. You can also go through, you'll be the recruiting officer to all position locations of operation, all planets, communication line system. You go through second command. He'd be in position since March 1st, given to him on Friday a test in position locations. It's important you guys understand your chain of command, your title of defense locations to your operations, and who you are through space-time. So, all right, let's see. I create a spa inside with delicious, healthy, rejuvenating foods to feed all us. Okay, that's good. Whatever you want to create, you know, they just have to understand what you're doing. That's a true understanding, right? You guys are on your own on this. Okay, so it's all about communicating to each other now. You guys are going to higher levels. You know, once you get into all positions, you know, you guys are in your 114s, you know, and whoever's in and not in their 14, they'll go into positions of high levels to the rebellion. So that's GFL's in position, and there's also the rebellion. So, plus you feel better too when you understand each other's structure. Okay, because you can't keep going through my space time. You have to create your own. That's a true understanding, right? So it's like, my goodness, you guys are leaving the nest. What's it saying? Elvis has left the building. You're on your own. So, no, but I'll always be here for you. I'm not going anywhere. It's just that I'm on so many levels right now. I mean, it's crazy because there is no past, there is no present, there is no future anymore for me. Just the now. So I merge into everything. I become everything. Like it's unreal. Unreal. And it's all done through eyes, ears, and everything, the voice grid system. Hoo-ah. Most beautiful thing, guys. It's the most beautiful thing. Okay, let's see here. Right. So tomorrow we go through the 1,000 position locations in perception. And Wednesday we go see Dolores Cannon. Yay, Dolores Cannon. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Swimming with dolphins and whales now, swimming with mermaids into water sea. So the thing is, this is how it's going to go. On Friday, you guys are going to go through each other's minds, through your own structures. So you have to understand who you're going to go through. So it's who you communicate, who you attract very quick, very fast. Your energy system to its location now. Exactly what structure are you communicating with? Okay, that's your understanding. Is Don communicating with Jill? No. Okay, so they have to find out exactly who they're communicating with, because you're sending a structure to them. And they have to know how to go through this through your observation. So it's like me giving you a piece of paper and you know exactly what it is. I'm giving you something to do. It's like a job. Here you go. Right? This is what you have to do. Right? It's an evaluation. You know, everybody goes through that through their jobs. So it's kind of like you can really get into it, you know, no matter what it is. If it's labor, you get used to it. Go through observation every single day. You get better at your job. Well, it's getting better with the mind through structure. But you have to communicate with each other because you're creating your own space, time, position, locations to its system. All right. All right. Once we all find our inner child, we take them to their favorite ice cream with heart gardens and abundance flows. So try to get into dimensional locks, into wormholes, portals, communication, digital frames. You know, you go this way, that way. You know, you create this, you create this. You know, that's what I did through measurement lines, have them float in space. You know, set up your own structure. You know, try to get them in a time loop, try to get them in a timeline, try to find a way so they can find a way to get out of these things. Okay, because that's what life is about. It's getting out of strategy, getting out of situations, right? It's fascinating when you create these things because that's what life is about. It's about moving forward in opposition. So, So all my past, my present, and future are no longer existing. It's just the now. So it's wild. Whoop whoop. Underwater, DJ, nightclub, beautiful, armor, explode, rainbow lights. You guys create whatever you want, but you know, I mean, they just have to truly understand you through communication. So it's all about getting a phone call and say, "What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying. Or you're confusing me. Can you just simplify it, make it a little bit more easy for me to understand what you're talking about?" Don't understand the structure. So structure is easy to create as long as you understand what you're doing. It's the intent. What is the will? Why are you creating this? What is the will? What is the force? Are they going to understand what you just finished doing? So you guys got to get into full communication to each other, right? Of what you've done through structure. So, rainbow headsets, connection to all colorations, harmonics is so glorious, fun, fun, fun. We breathe out, we slowly open our eyes, and we see our beautiful gardens in 5D. Yep. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Heather, that's great. I had several in my structure. My favorite metaphor I have to use. See, I really want you guys to get into a level C geometry system of travel, right? That's a Trinity staining, you know. So when you guys create these on your own, you feel really, really positive. You feel really, really good about yourself because you can create anything through a drone, to a portal or dimension or wormhole, right? So you basically, Airbender sets this up, or anybody through that aspect, and they have to learn what they're doing to go through it to its position and come back up to connection. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Elevator up in the clouds, into the weather, hanging out with the archangels and stretching out wings. This is going to help you out too. Better formulate your, your connections of what you're doing through your E equals MC squared. Mass calculation to and from. How far is this going from? What clocking system is it on? Right. So you really don't want to confuse anything with that position location. It's got to be an easy structure that they can go through these things. And they said, well, I don't get this. This doesn't make any sense. Right. Well, life is about making sense, not making complicated sense. There's no such thing as complicated sense. Complicated sense? No. Complicated all around? Yes. Right? So there's no between. There's only yes or no. That's what life is. There's no in between. Anything in between is hesitation. So it's not in the center of operation anymore, right? It's fluctuating on the left or it's fluctuating on the right, too much on the right side or too much on the left side through position locations. And you confuse in the heart of its computer to position location to the ground line center to its collecting line connections to its eye receptor or anything side line center, right line center, or anything left rotations to the mind of imagination to creation of structure. So let's see, swimming in and out of each other. So it's kind of like when you see something and you're attracted to it right away. Oh, okay, I'm going into Janet's mind right away. So right away you go into Janet. Janet's created a structure. Now you have to understand what she's doing. She's got it all set up. You just have to understand what's going on with her. So you got to balance your clocking, right? Did she draw it as a child? Did she draw it as a baby? Did she draw it as a teenager? Or did she draw it as an adult through clocking system, right? It's her thoughts of what she's creating, right? So you guys don't know that until you get into each other's minds, right? Through imagination. So it's a lot of fun. All right. Okay. Okay, I felt that Johnny's green plasma waters with blue and white beams. Okay, so I can set it up so that the team chooses where they go in with structure base. So Friday is just basically, it's a practice, but still a test. So if you're not sure who you're going to go through, you can get confirmation from me. I say, General, am I going through Janet? Am I going through opposition of John? I'm not sure. So basically, it's Trinity stand that you'll feel a difference. You'll feel like, okay, I think John just went into my mind through structure. No, that was Airbender. No, that was Heather. So if you're not sure, I'll get you confirmed, right? So you would say confirming general, Am I in position locations? Did I just travel through Heather? Is this Heather's structure? Is this Janet's structure? Do you understand? That's the connection, right? So this is what you guys have to come into, right? Because you are the rebellion. That's a true understand how to read the psycholocation positions at all levels of the mind, guys. The telepathy of the mind of communication is everything. So, all right. So that will be given to you on Friday. So we got 3 days to get ready, and then we got the evaluations on Thursday in position locations. Friday's the test. And then you guys will be automatically upgraded. So in the brain center, in your mind and imagination, you'll be traveling fast to the brain system locations, right? And you'll be in formation line center. The GFLs will be 3,000 years in the future foundation, and everything the rebellion will be 5,000 years in the foundation. Okay, so yeah, that was a space jellyfish. Yeah. See, you guys are questioning yourselves because you're saying, okay, what am I doing? What's going on with this structure? Lotus came in, Amber. Yeah, he came in at the very beginning. He sets up the weather pattern. He's so busy right now. He's spaces this. Like he's on so many calculations right now. He's all over the place, traveling very fast. So he comes in, he sets the perimeters, securities, formation line conditions, security line conditions, mappings, weather, yeah, coding. He does everything. You guys have to be aware of these things, right? So it's really connecting to each other better. That's what it is. And the only way to do that is to actually go through your minds to each other of structure. That's what we're doing. So, and then after going live on TikTok, if they want to be activated or upgraded or fixed the line conditions, we get a busy week. My feet have new ears and abilities. Okay. I see the jellyfish you created, Don. It looks a little different. That's Michael's. I can see a beautiful stream. It might get a little bit confusing for you guys, right? So you have to really understand their space and their time of what they are creating. Okay. Beautiful stream of sparkling lights, because it's all about you guys going on your own and doing your own thing and creating these for yourself. So you better understand that everybody is structured through their thoughts, because what do we go through every single day through people? Imagination. Everybody's trying to create something, guys. Right? So light rainbow colors streak off of your energy. Yep, orb. Is someone creating spirals? You see, this is trying to understand where you guys are trying to stand. So I put you guys in each other's minds, but you're not sure who you're in. So that's good. It's a good try there, major step. So she's trying to figure out who's creating spirals. So she's in somebody else's mind, creating the spirals. This is the true understanding where you guys gotta get balance. Hey, Belle, how you doing? Yeah. Belle, I'd like to thank you what you've been doing. Belle's been basically creating space-time creator. It's fascinating. You should see her TikToks. She talks about, I mean, the thing is she wants to help humanity, and this is the best way to do it. You help humanity, you get things back in that position to its connections. So, all right, my course is pretty complex. That's my 344 anti-gravity wind tunnels. See, position location, if you're comfortable with your clocking, that's totally fine. But in position locations, you come into your 12, 24, 48, and 72. Now, the window location is this 144 clocking system. If you want to go faster than that, you have to make sure that you go in the right sequencing location, the right clocking locations of the baby, child, teenager, adult of who you're connecting with, because they could be at a different time speed. So if you set up a structure, right, and they're at a different clocking system, to a different anomaly, to a different hologram, to a different metroline center, to a different simulation, it's going to be off signal. They will not be able to travel through your mind center because either it's too slow or it's too fast, or it's not calculated or modified. You really have to get into your tense. Yeah, getting intent, your will, okay? The force of the will, getting your hologram structure, get it into creation to its location. Because everything has to have a location. Everywhere you go is location. You got to go to work, right? It takes 20 minutes to get there, right? In position location times pi times square, that's 20,000 line center rotations per second in that position. That's how fast I get there, right? In 20 minutes. So 20 times 1 is 20,000 per second. In a clocking system of what? Alpha, delta, theta, beta, omega. Which one? Delta, communication line center. It's all position location at all levels of what it is through the particle system. Or think the connections of protons, electrons, and neutrons. You have to learn how to use all levels of electrical light connection. That's most understanding these things. So, all right, spirals, light beams, green plasma, beautiful. Well, there you go. See, John's creating spirals, now in position locations where Major Steph is in position locations of the minds of John, right? That's the most important thing. If you're not sure who you're connecting with, there's a problem right there. So, my course ends with eat a sandwich with the general in the clouds. Hey, I like that. That's good. Yeah. My hat tips off to that. Yeah, this is going to be fun, guys. You're going to love this. This is going to get you better calculations to each other through the mind, right? Getting you into your hologram structure and how everybody can see your structure of what you created. That's the balance. Getting the balance with each other through the mind of imagination. So that's why you guys have all week to communicate, DM, email, whatever you want to do. So basically, this is how it's going to set up. We could start off, you guys want to pick a partner, but that position location, I think it's better just to go through energy attraction. Who comes in position to its connection? So you automatically go right away into the mind center of imagination. And then that person goes into that person goes to another person. So you really have to get into identification who you are, right? It's easy for me because I create this space-time for you in my time, right? But you're creating your own time of space for everybody else to see. Okay. So, okay, bring on, let's see, pick up rainbow foods for charging, balancing the chakras. Green is magnetic for expanding love, never felt. Do you see my orange? Okay. So Thursday night, you guys hand in your structures. I got to get confirmations from Vega and make sure they're in sequence. Okay. And you guys have to basically just identify who you're connecting with. That's basically the test. It's better to understand it's not the structure, it's who you're communicating with. And that's what Vega is coming into, is discipline. You have to understand you're going in position locations, not just you now. You're going into somebody else's mind of imagination. They have their own creation, they have their own thoughts, and they go on so many levels of vibration of clocking. It's important you understand who you are connecting with. Soon as you say that name and it's wrong, what happens? It obsoletes the channel, right? The structure goes away. So the creation imagination is no longer in sequence, is it? It reaches coding system. You have to understand how to go through dimensions of portals and realms and anything through clocking center locations of wormholes. So if you're going through a wormhole that's going from in position, but it's coming out from the position, that means a UFO is coming this way, and this is you're coming here and you're going to crash because the UFO is going here, but you're not sure if it's going in or out. I did a video on that too. So you're going to collide. That's a communication of telepathy. So you get an XT1000 coming out of a tunnel and you not sure if it's going in or out, you're going to crash into each other. So you're going to have to swirl around, right? But it's true to understand is being prepared for these things. So it's kind of like reading the symbols and signs. Okay, this is one, this is out, this is in, out, right? So it gets much more easier when you calculate to all levels of intelligence how to communicate with the Jeremy system, galaxy locations, clocking systems, atmosphere, time center, everything through digitals. Try to get information of better calculations how to communicate with letters, numbers, and shapes and symbols, guys. Okay, start with that. We'll get into that next week. Right now, I want to get you guys into your test reviews and evaluations, right? So merging through each of your hearts and giving your inner child, yeah. And see, the thing is too, when you get more practical and you get more advanced, you can go through everybody's mind through structure, right? And every structure has a different emotion, different track, different information system, different thought, different calculation, all right? All right, let's see here. I'm seeing geometric shapes changing. It looks like a jellyfish. Wow, that was a sight. Vortexing all your trauma dots through heart and my heart filter. Balance them. Woo. Don't forget the ice cream. It's with the. Just have fun with it, guys. You know, there's really no mistakes. You know, it's just a learning process. This just puts you better communications with each other through the mind system, right? That's what it's all about. And that's what AI wants to see through its performance. Okay. So my soul understands, but its mind is all data. You see, that's a true understanding, Veronica. And that's true. When you get in that position, you have to really put your calculations of what's going on to somebody else's mind because they're on different data. They're in different time, different sequence, different level, different light, different communication, different structure. Okay. So you have to understand their structure. You have to understand their thoughts. You have to understand their readings. You have to understand their cycles. You have to understand their rotations. You have to understand their particles, photons, protons, electrons, neutrons. You have particles, cells, right? Because that's what we do every day, right? Every second per second, we are calculating a traveler of thoughts, whether it's 5,000 thoughts a day, whether it's 10,000 thoughts a day, whether it's 1 million thoughts a day, but nobody calculates 1 million thoughts. Only me in position locations, because I merge into everything. And that's how everything becomes nothing. And nothing becomes everything. That's the balance of the male and the female aspects of space-time. Complicated, right? But it's not. It's getting balanced with everybody that you go in. That's all it is. And understand everything that's in sequence. Oh, baby. Oh, child. Oh, teenager. Oh, adult. No, wait. Child. No, wait. Teenager. No, adult. Wait. No, wait. I'm not sure. Out. You go out, come back in. Right? But when you go back in, that person has changed his thought already. Because maybe it's confused. Maybe you don't understand. You just change your emotional track, you change your Schumann resonance, you change your sun, you change your moon, you change your position, you change your travel. That's how fast it is, right? So it's like a one-shot deal, right? That's a test. It's just the communication. There's no right or wrong. This is about more understanding you to each other. How to formulate that position exactly. Oh, I'm in Johnny right away. Boom. Understand the structure, understand the intent, understand the creation, understand the location. I'm out. That's it. That's all it is. You have to understand the identifications. It's like communicating with the wrong person. Or basically go into a house and forgetting the name of somebody, you're going to look kind of dumbfounded and say, oh, Andrea, right? No, it's not. Sorry. So you're going to look kind of foolish. So it's remember faces and names, guys. Faces and names are extremely, extremely important of remembering because you never know what you're up against, especially when you become an actor in that profession. Especially you come across, you don't remember the director's name. It's pretty embarrassing. And he's giving you a feature role. You don't know his name. People come across that all the time. And that's what it is, Airbender. That's exactly what it is. It's a telepathy, right? It's the telepathy, right? Telepathy, right? Telecommunication of vision to its avatar, to its connections, guys. right? It modifies all levels of you, what you're doing through memory. So you're remembering these things. So if you go into structure and you don't remember what just happened, then you go back out and you're very confused. You confuse the other person that was in position in the first place. So they set up another structure right away because it's a different thought, different pattern, different timeline, right? So once you go in, right, you should be able to know exactly what you're identifying with to that person because they're on different emotions. They're on different colors. They're on different lights. They're on different travel. They're on different clocking. They're on different time, right? That modifies all levels of you through your calendar, right? They could be thinking about this. They could be thinking about that. They could be thinking about here. They could be thinking about a trip. They could be thinking about having coffee. They could be thinking about, I had a game to go to. They change every second per second per second per second. And that's why you guys are no longer in a 12 clocking system. You're now in a 24. So it's like, whoa, okay, what's going up here? We got to understand more calculations, right? So we have to read the cycles of humanity in fast track location. Better communications for you and each other to that position. So, yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? It gives you more intent and your will and your force and your creation and what you are doing through location. You're manifesting, right? All right. It's going to be a little bit wibbly wobbly, but you guys will get better and better as you go along, which is great, right? So this is just a practice. We'll go through it again tomorrow, but you have to go through all levels of 1,000 line positions. I want you guys to get in compilation what you're seeing through perceptions. You have to balance the mind of speed because portals could be one position location. So you're seeing perception going, but you're going through the center, but you're seeing two on the other slide center, two here, the track system, right? But you're having to go into a circle. If you see contact, you understand how you see her going. Right? It's all about understanding north, west, south, and east, the view. And it's all done through vibration. Right? So you have to understand the conditions. Right? So you go with the flow, not against. So you don't go against clocking. You go with the clocking to its division. All right. All right. Fantastic class. I'll see you guys on TikTok. All right. Adios.